And we are back again. Sorry for the delay, but our runners are preparing behind the scenes here and getting close to being ready. So we have about 4 minutes left until we grab them back in. Me and Lich have been taking a small look at the board behind the scenes here. It doesn't look too bad. It's actually not the worst board in terms of like the areas you have to go to and stuff, but there are some tiles I would normally avoid at least. Like you have the Sanctum Shield up in the left there, that's the DLC item. Don't think there's a reason to go DLC in this, is there?
Yeah, the entire column 1 I think is pretty bad. Like you have so few DLC in this, might only be this one for particular DLC. And then
Yeah.
you have kill a boss with its own boss weapon. That one's particularly slow because not only do you need to unpetrify Straight or the Ornifex guy and then get it, but you also need to get an ascetic, burn an ascetic, and kill the boss again.
Yeah. Which is in the New Game Plus and extra tanky.
Yeah.
And yeah, most boss weapons aren't that great. Like, I think the ones to go for usually for that is like either Dragon Rider or Flexile maybe. The other boss weapons are either like very high stat requirements or or the bosses themselves are really hard to kill.
Something that you can do if you feel daring, you can get Ornifex, kill Freya, and then you don't have a long way to actually get her weapon. However, her weapon is really, really bad, but you can upgrade it right at Ornifex, and the way that boss weapons work is that they have really low damage at +0, but gain damage really quickly as you upgrade them. So
Yeah,
+2 does a pretty big deal.
yeah, similar to Twinkling Weapons, they only have 5 tiers of upgrades compared to the normal 15. So yeah, no, sorry, 10. Confusing with the Elden Ringer. Yeah, so it does scale a lot quicker with the upgrades, and it doesn't really take a lot of resources either. First 3 steps are like 1, 2, and 3 each, so 6 total if you get it that far. There is the tile for upgrade the Petrified Dragon bones to +2, so you could combine that with Kill a Boss with his own boss weapon if you were gonna do that row. Not sure that one is great to go for, but
If you go for that, you definitely go for that role because there isn't much horrible in that. Chariot can be really scary, but getting the 3 Dragon Bones on the Freya segment is really free. It's like 30 seconds at max total to grab those, and then you can
yeah,
upgrade right at Ornifex because she is a blacksmith.
that lizard you normally get for normal upgrade materials that also have Petrified Dragon Bones, so it's pretty fast to get that. Like before, we also have the purchase for all 4 pieces of the Moonlight Butterfly set, and one is particularly slow because, well, one, you have to you spend 10k at Molin first, then go back to the bonfire, then you have to ascetic twice to actually get all the items available there, and spend like another 40k souls or so to buy all the pieces.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it slow if you get the aesthetics anyways, but it's definitely soul consuming.
Well, you never really get the aesthetics anyways, because aestheticing at um, at that area is not any bosses, so like there's no boss particular reason you would use the aesthetics there, but some aesthetics are pretty fast if you go to the areas they are in though, like on the way to Freya and on the way to Sinner. Yeah, there are some others. Obtain a Pale Stone is you can get really lucky if you kill some Stone Soldiers in the start, but it's not really a strat you can go for, so that one's usually a late game item.
I believe
And
our time is up now.
it is indeed, so let's get the runners back in there, see if they are ready. Alright guys, you're back on. How are you feeling about the route? Are you guys ready?
I changed my route 9 minutes in completely, so I don't feel great.
Nice, nice.
Just let me. I'm playing the music here on my phone. About the route. To be honest, I'm a bit nervous. I'm gonna try a thing that I think that I never tried before, and
Me too.
it's not a YOLO, but it's a thing. It's a thing.
That's cool. We'll look forward to that.
I'm definitely not confident with this route, but we'll see.
Me neither.
Alright, but best of luck regardless, and how hope we'll see some interesting routes here. I didn't actually plan out for the rows I would go for, because it's actually not an easy board to plan, so I can see why you would completely reorganize 9 minutes in. But yeah, best of luck, guys. I'll count you guys down from 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, Pseudo.
All right, and they are away. So what starting class do you think would be good for this this lich? Not sure which levels you would really want at the start here.
I don't think there is much in general that you want. There is hexes, there is poison weapon, but there is no like miracles plus hexes that you might want to do early, and even if it's not horrible to go for those stats as a knight. The knight has been growing in popularity recently, probably because broadsword is really good and the extra health allows you to do some fancy stuff early.
Yeah, like jumping to get an extra branch.
Pseudo?
I think is it only knight and cleric that can do that jump, or is there any other class that has enough
About
health?
20 FPS, yeah.
Yeah.
Pseudo going knight and Nick going bandit, the more aggressive choice that has less iframes on rolls, but starts with a bow and also a pretty good weapon. Only 9 vigor though, which is still reasonable.
Yeah, and also you have the stats to use rapier out of way, so it might be the weapon of choice for Nick here, something he's very comfortable with. At least for some of the early bosses. But it doesn't really reveal too much about the route otherwise. We see here Pseudo has clicked don't use any resins, so he's probably going for the middle row.
And he has unequipped his life gems, so he might want to do don't use any small life gems.
Yeah, that's a good observation.
Pseudo's timer is 2 minutes ahead because he started it with a 15 minutes countdown as he revealed the board, so just get it right.
So the timer on the bottom left will be the most correct one.
The Titanite shard here, interesting.
Yeah, so he's probably then not going to buy Titanite shards at the blacksmith, so he'll pick up 5 then at Macduff, which will just barely be enough for +3 with that extra Titanite shard.
So he probably wants to kill Lenigrast right here to kill the boss with an NPC dropped weapon, because that is by far the best one. The other option would be Benhar, but that weapon is rather bad.
Yeah. Yes, unfortunately, the Moonlight Greatsword that Benhar has is haha, it's a fake one, so it's shit.
Pseudo also unequipping his small life gems here, nice, and marking the square.
Right, yeah, so Pseudo killing the blacksmith, as you said.
I think both players started with Bonfire Ascetic, so no Radiant Life Gems for them either. And that makes me believe they want to go for the butterfly pieces.
Like, if it didn't really need any stats at the start, I would probably... Because Explorer also starts with a couple Radiants too, right?
Oh, no.
Oh, is it just Poison Moss?
Just 10 normal life gems and some other... not Poison Moss either, that's also healing wares.
Oh, okay, all those healing wares.
Yeah. Or starts with 10 more.
But it does start with Ooze, which is often pretty valuable.
Ooze is pretty good. Would have been nice for me last run not picking up the Ooze, nice time save, but was no option with Don't Level with the poor base stats that Explorer has.
Because you can't use any good weapons without leveling in the early game. Especially one-handed.
You get like Dagger.
Yeah, Ooze Dagger. Probably wouldn't be super horrible, but not good either.
Yeah, it would be like +1 minute maybe. Nice voice crack.
Yeah, so Nick here. I don't know if he just always going for Lucida? No. What? Oh my god.
He's just going for Kale Salmon in some meme way. Yeah. Oh, what the hell?
He cuts Lucida 17k.
Damn, Nick. What a
good one, Nick. I hope he has a bone.
So, if you didn't follow what happened there is a trick that you can do where Pursuer gets dropped off by the bird into a kill zone. The way you can do it is by resting at the bonfire. However, recently we discovered that for some reason, if you drop onto that like rooftop, he can also die, and he will always give you the 17k souls, because that doesn't always happen if you go for the bonfire. It's really precise.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly how tight the timing is. I don't think it's frame perfect with Lucida, but it's probably only a couple of frames still. It's very tight, but it has a very good setup for it. It was found on accident, and therefore named after Lucida, but a cool variation of already known glitch at the time, which we didn't have. Like, we still don't have like full awareness over how it works. We do suspect it's because of the pursuer being dropped a certain spot, but like not sure why he wouldn't just die the same way regardless of where he's dropped. So it's kind of strange why it's so precise.
My theory is that if you get the souls, you get him dropped on a ledge and he like slides off from the ledge, and somehow the game registers him as having been in your map. Something.
Yeah, it might be something related to him actually touching ground, and I don't think he wouldn't die to fall damage, but yeah, that might register him as being spawned, where otherwise if he just drops down to kill box, he's not.
Oh god, Pseudo. Dancing with the salamander.
Yeah, that was very close. And not healing either, because wait, is Pseudo also not going to use life gems?
Yeah,
Has he used it? Oh.
Pretty
So what-
risky stuff that he did there.
Yeah, what's the other item? Oh, did he just want to get the fire longsword from the other side, or does he need something else down there?
Probably that, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually avoid going for it from that side because of
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. I guess like it's something you go for, and like you're not gonna get any better at trying if you never attempt it. So maybe someone will get good at that in time. But I've seen like at least 3 people die trying to get the longsword from that side.
Okay, so one of the squares that is interesting to note is kill a boss with only dung pies. Dung pies are pretty hard to get by, especially enough to kill a boss with.
Yeah.
The easiest choices for that are Flexile Sentry, Dragon Rider, no, not Dragon Rider, Dragon Rider has a
Slayer.
bit too much HP. Dragon Slayer and Last Giant, and both runners doing Last Giant here might mean they're not going to do it, or they're going into DLC, or killing a rat.
Killing rats, yeah. Because the rat congregation, the main rat there, also sells dunk pies, so then you can buy a lot of them. Unfortunately, yeah, there are 5 in the other, but you really need... You can barely get away with 6, I think, on Last Giant, right? Or do you actually need 9?
You need 6 for Last Giant, yeah.
Yeah.
6 for all the bosses I've listed. There's actually one more for Dragon Rider. He survives at like 50 HP.
Yeah.
Unless you can
here,
see
Nick
Blacksmith
got the
Hammer.
Dragon Lake here.
Shield.
So the shield,
Or
yeah.
you fire a long sword.
That on the board for that? Why did it
Yeah,
just
the fire
want
long sword plus...
Oh yeah,
Dragon
plus the
XP.
shield, yeah, of course. Yeah.
So probably the runner's going for column 5, which is pretty obvious, and also row 5. Those seem to be the obvious first choices if you want to go for Zeldora anyways. Ring of Resistance, one of the further things in here. Might also be something else.
But yeah, so far Nick hasn't marked anything, even though he is not using life gems, so we know that. He has not gone for the Hawk Ring or any of that like Pseudo has, so that might not necessarily mean much. He might go back for it later since it's right next to a bonfire, but yeah, we'll see here. Pseudo grabbing the Kale's helm.
Hasn't Nick gotten that too?
Yeah, Nick also grabs Kale's helm.
He hasn't marked anything. Maybe he's not connected properly, or he just hasn't marked anything yet.
Not sure. Let me just check the other web. No, he just hasn't marked anything. But yeah, the runners will be marking as they go, so it might just be that he wasn't comfortable tabbing out and doing it at a specific time. So I might just mark off several of them in a bunch later. Damn, no exploding barrels today. It's just not one of those days.
So here the bow that Nick has coming in handy because he couldn't have gotten any other one yet without going to Majula, and he picked up the fire.
10 fire arrows on the way to Last Giant coming in clutch for the second time today.
Yeah. I'm gonna pretend like that was completely planned. I usually pick up the fire arrows. Even if I can't use a bow, I might realize, but otherwise just get the fire. They're really good. If you forget to buy arrows, you use fire arrows. The barrel doesn't explode, you have a bow, you use fire.
Okay.
Want to headshot something and wanted to die,
Nick here being a bit careful with his souls. Not sure why I wouldn't just buy like 50 heavy bolts. I think it's worth the time.
How many did he buy?
30. He bought normal bolts, like 20 as well, so he has enough bolts, but I'm not sure the 30 are enough to kill. Maybe just barely.
Maybe yes, there's completely mapped out how many souls he can spend.
Yeah. I would be surprised if it's that tight, especially going for Lucida 17k. Like, there's a huge risk of not getting that 17,000. So I feel like if he did map out his souls that hard, then the 17,000 was probably excess.
I mean, he would have never killed Pursuer and not gotten the 17k. He cannot die.
That is true. You can't do that with Lucida 17k. That can happen with the other strats though, where you sit at a bonfire. There you can get the then Pursuer dies, but you do not get the 17,000 souls.
Happens quite often in Bingo that you do that because you might want the Ring of Blades for some really difficult early game score, like kill a boss with fists, and you want to do that.
Then I would do that with the bonfire instead.
And you do
for
that
safety.
with the bonfire.
The bonfire strat is very easy, but it's even harder to get the 70,000, but it's much easier to just get the kill.
Yeah, and then your name's Pseudo, you get followed by a hollow, and you can't rest, and you do fists for on Last Giant for like 7 minutes. I think that happened yesterday.
Sounds rough.
Did, yeah.
But yeah, you at least get the bright bug then, right? Because you pop the soul, which is exactly, no, is it 8 or 6,000?
It's 8.
Yeah, so you at least it's 6,000 for a bright bug, so you can afford that before Last Giant anyways. Unless you really needed the souls for something else, which probably not. Another barrel not exploding. Oh, and missing the firebomb. But he salvages it.
Throwing physics in this game are really janky. You have like 2 angles that you can throw.
As soon as you start the animation also, you cannot turn it at all. So it's just locked to whatever way you're facing, whatever way you were barely holding the stick as you press the button.
Nick with a Dragon Rider with crossbow, I guess, here.
Crossbow and bright bug? Yeah,
so
I think 30 will be more than enough then when he's using a bright bug as well.
Yeah, I think it's 30. Yeah, easily. He needs less than 20.
Yeah. Probably didn't add that much. I feel like it's like 140 normally with the heavy bolts. It add like 20 damage. But yeah, it should save a couple bolts.
But usually good to use a bright bug on a fight that takes long.
Yeah. So especially this one, and if he's doing the kill a boss with his own boss weapon, then those are good candidates for Brightbug, as well as kill a lord with only hexes. Those are pretty slow fights.
Yeah. Or scary if you decide to do Sinner. Sinner can be fast, but Sinner's scary.
Sinner is scary, but yeah, I do kind of like going for it if I have a fast weapon. Yes, then you can do like normal strafing and everything, and it's pretty comfy for the most part. It's when you have to dodge Sinner in between attacks that she gets scary. Because honestly, I feel like the stab hitbox is worse when you dodge it than when you try to strafe it.
Spicy pickup on Pseudo side, the Divine Blessing there on the way. So you can't use small life gems, and he has no
that's actually a good idea.
Oh, really?
Quite long animation to use, but any source of heals is pretty good to have here. Grabbing some bones as well. Straight up dropping the life gems, probably a good idea, so you just don't suddenly forget.
No.
And going to buy Pyro. Where is the Pyro type? Oh, with poison. No, poison weapon doesn't count with the poison mist, but...
Yeah, what?
Why is he
Am I
buying
blind?
Pyro? Oh, one of each spell. He's just buying to
Oh,
attune
right.
later. Yeah, because otherwise you could... Yeah, there's no kill flexile here, is there? Otherwise you could have picked up a Pyro with the Pyro glove, but...
Mhm.
Yeah, this is also a good option.
One other option he could have had was trade, which I guess means he might not go for it or consider this faster. So probably no boss weapon for Pseudo, or he just haven't thought about it.
Yeah. Is that with
Getting
Ornifex or is that with Strayed?
That is straight.
Okay.
Nick not buying Pyro here, although he probably will go for the same column. Maybe he forgot, maybe he thought of a different one.
Yeah,
Ooh,
he
scary
might
here.
have thought of a trade. But yeah, depends on also if you want to use the boss souls for other purposes, then obviously you can't do that.
Both runners killing the Basilisk, not really needed, but he can drop infusion stones, which is a really nice meme. Usually not helpful, but can be.
Yeah. Is it poison as well?
It's any.
Or-
I think it's any.
Oh, okay, yeah. So if you get a poison here, it would be good for this this board. But
Raw might be more common, or it might just be a funny coincidence that we got like collective of 4 in a row. But I've seen a lot of others. And Pseudo getting his Vanguard sound, Nick probably following him there for the Fire Longsword kill. Fire Longsword generally a good weapon. What works in your casual playthrough also works for our guys here. Pretty good base damage because of the fire infusion. Not a hard square. The quote-unquote difficulty is actually assembling the pieces, and that takes a little bit of time, but it's not too bad.
I like here also Pseudo getting the gesture, as he often does, even if there's no requirement. Very good gesture to get though, if you have the restriction of getting 4 gestures.
Really is.
So they're also getting Chloranthy Ring. Pretty nice to have along running segments and some bosses. Especially with this low endurance.
So, based on the board, my guess is not that Pseudo would go for Pale Stone and Archdrake Shield with the
Yeah, I
NPC
don't
dropped weapon. Instead's gonna be grabbing Dragon Bones on the way, with the sorceries and the Lord with hexes.
I'm thinking, yeah, he's definitely doing column 1 and row 5, I'm pretty sure. Or, well, yeah, probably column 5, row 5 and column 5 as well.
Yeah, those two are pretty set, I think.
And the 4th one could be row 1, but I don't think necessarily that. Wait, no, he's going for
Might-
diagonal. Yeah, kill boss with dunk pies and left to right diagonal, I think. Bottom left to top right diagonal.
I think it might be column 3.
Okay.
Or maybe they just started ascetic because they felt
Because
like it.
Fair's
They usually
contraption
like
to get wet and kill a boss with only dunk pies, they would coincide pretty well with going to rats.
Yeah, that's true. It does sound faster for sure, yeah. Unless they're going for straight for some reason, then Archdrake Shield is on the way. But that means
Pseudo
they're
probably
also-
needs the souls here, so this might be a bit rough if he dies.
Yeah, you really want to make sure that you go here with no souls or that you
Oh
don't.
my god, he got out. That was so close.
No shot, he left that. I mean, he hasn't survived yet, but
Even before he gets hit by a bow
Maybe he
or
has.
that hollow there. Yep, that hollow there.
bonk.
That is
That's the
unfortunate.
advantage of mouse, by the way. You can shake your camera really fast when you die and really express how tilted you are.
Yep, we did notice that.
That's good.
Yeah. Especially when you fell off in gutter and stuff like that.
Yeah. 3
Yeah,
times.
so Pseudo going back down. It also looks like he's grabbing the effigy and maybe the torch while he's at it. Or
It's a good
no, he
effigy.
already got the torch. Yeah, he's just taking the path because he doesn't have catering. At that point, I feel like it would be faster to just slide down the ladder since you're just going to that side, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's a bit faster from that side, yeah. For Fire Longsword, it's pretty much the exact same. But the other... No, I think it's 2 seconds slower from the other side, but it's safer because you don't aggro the turtle normally.
Yeah, and that depending on the route, the torch can be pretty useful. Like you can get by with 5 minutes, but it's just so comfy to know you have the extra time. And if you die, if you're doing Freya, and if you die, and know that you can just try again. If you're using the torch for that.
There's actually a torch on the way to Freya that I like getting.
Yeah.
It's also nice.
Yeah. So even though you have that very easy torch at the very start of the cart stall, yeah, it's pretty comfy to get one more. We're getting cat ring here, so it's probably and ring of whispers. Oh yeah,
Pseudo
so
wants to go for the poison weapon.
yeah, so that is if you kill Freya and talk to Tark, you'll get the black scorpion stinger. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. It is. Not the greatest weapon, not the worst.
Isn't that also a weapon you can get by killing Tark and buying from Lentia?
You can, yeah.
Yeah. But
I
since he has to
assume-
kill a lord with only hexes, like Freya's also a possibility for that.
Okay, Pseudo definitely wants to go for 20 trades there. He just couldn't afford all the prism stones. So it's either column 3 or row 1.
Yeah.
Could be either, realistically. Column 3 is
Yeah,
a bit
I
more likely.
maybe column 3 is a bit better. No, yeah, I think so because the Creighton one is the slowest one on here, I think.
Yeah, I agree. It's like what you see Nick do here. He had to run all the way here from Majula, and he's already like 2 minutes on his way, and he has another minute to go.
Yeah, and he has to run around here and then backpedal a little bit back to where Creighton is. So it does take some time.
Sort of
If only this was old patch, or we could party walk and just go behind the door. Can actually talk with Creighton from the outside. And I do believe he also moves, even if the door is still locked.
It's pretty funny. Sort of opting for this way. This is the safer way. If you go through the tunnel like you normally would, you have the risk of getting blocked by all the guys chasing you. But
So going this
Killing
way,
is-
we'll have a clean bridge back into the cave after, instead of having skeletons there to push him off.
Pseudo getting a little punished here for having a quote-unquote bad weapon. Blacksmith Hammer really slow for a small weapon like that, and not a lot of range.
Yeah.
Pretty decent damage, but that's about it. As you can see, the guy's easily evaded.
You know, Pseudo is fighting rats here, so I'm pretty sure he's going. Did he already do the fire's contraption? I'm sure he did. It's just not marked
He
it
did
yet
go
because
away, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, he's doing the drop-off. This one's... Is he not? Doing the drop-off? And drop-off's pretty cool. I did that in my first
Yeah.
run.
Neat little trick there to get back on the path. You should probably add like a tile there for the flamberge as well. You can get like a swag pickup.
The flamberge?
It's in the chest right below the key. On the little ledge.
Flamberges are cool.
Ooh, yep. They can kill, but
Yeah,
it's
he
right
wanted
next to the
to.
bonfire, so he wanted to die there basically. So we can use the bonfire to warp out.
And just Stratnik is
Right.
doing here, equipping an item, and you can use it while talking to an NPC. You have it equipped, or if you open your menu
Yeah.
really quick.
Especially with souls, if you, like boss souls for example, if you use them at the same time as you start the dialogue, you can still select the yes-no menu and use it while you talk. Pretty useful in routes where you have to pop a lot of souls. Very
sounds
useful in
fun.
in old patch where you dupe souls, because you can do that with the same strategy.
Very different routes here. Pseudo probably going deeper into the Shaded Woods path. And you're
Yeah.
going for Skeleton Lord, so I guess you will go for Palestone.
Yeah, probably going for the lizards in Harvest Valley.
I
There are.
guess the diagonal.
Yeah. Oh no, wait, no, you can also just kill Clan, right?
You can kill Klein, yeah.
Yep. So it doesn't need to go as far in. Unless you want other materials as well.
Also gonna grab his ascetic there, I assume, before killing
Pseudo
her.
actually opting for Nudgeka with crossbow. That's a pretty
Ooh.
slow one. Not using a bright bug either.
Yeah,
But,
Nashka
yeah.
has very little thrust defense, so not the worst, but overall
No.
Nashka has a lot of HP.
Yeah. If you can get her into good cycle though, you can just stand there and shoot, so I guess that is something Pseudo's hoping for. At least with Dragon Rider in the small arena, you have to dodge a lot. So even though he has way less health, it's faster with Dragon Rider, but maybe not as fast, as much faster as I'm thinking. If you get lucky, that is. With a slow weapon like this though, there's a very high risk of getting a burrow with Nashka.
At least one.
At least Nick is having a better time with a decent weapon for Skeleton Lords. Striking weapons in general are very good for the skeletons,
Yep, getting clean.
for
ones,
obvious
plus
reasons.
+3. Good plus to use it on.
Yeah. So far, Sid has not gotten a burrow. He might be getting pretty lucky here. Although now we've done the Cassis Curse, so just waiting for it to happen. There we go.
Nice.
You're welcome,
Alright.
Pseudo. You're welcome.
Popping some souls maybe. Effigy, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it.
Thinking about it, I'm guessing. Not sure why he wouldn't. Oh, does he want Royal Rat Vanguard for a boss weapon? No,
He
no.
might just not want to pop it in case he loses his souls.
Yeah. Not even
Also,
sure
Pseudo
what the
does not
weapon is
have
for Royal
fire.
Rat Vanguard. It might just be a pyro or something.
Yeah, it's Toxic Mist. No,
Yeah.
it's Corrosive Mist actually. Toxic
Oh.
Mist is authority. That one's actually good.
Oh, it is? Okay. Because normally corrosive doesn't do damage, but
No, yeah,
I guess
Corrosive is
the
not good.
mist-
Toxic Mist is good.
yeah. Yeah, Toxic Mist is very good. Not generally on its own, but if you have to kill something with Pyro and you can get the Toxic Mist, then or Poison Mist, it's very good to just have that damage ticking in the back while you use the other Pyros.
Because this back.
Pseudo here killing Clan for the Pale Stone.
Nicholas, yeah.
Nick, sorry.
And then leaving, because there's nothing more after this that you can grab. There's
No,
something-
nothing relevant, I think.
I
So
assume
it's
he did
kind of
remember
an
to buy the
unfortunate
aesthetic.
one, yeah, that you don't have anything else really to do, unless you want to get the poison weapon from there as well.
Yeah, that would have been a good shot. He
Yeah.
might not go for that roll, but there is a poison stone not far from there that he could infuse his weapon with.
And he already has. Yeah, I'm not sure why he wouldn't go for column 4 then. Executor's Chariot, he already has the bonfire closest to him. Boss with
probably
tongue
can't
pies, he would
figure out
have to
how to
kill
do it.
rats.
Yeah,
But
maybe he's not going for boss with a boss weapon. That's also pretty slow.
yeah, it is. Yeah, he has not been to Najka, so he has not, and he would have to either go all the way to Sildora or kill Sentinels. Oh, he has not grabbed the longsword. There we go.
What is 38,000 souls here?
Both of them going in here with a lot of souls. It's Very
risky.
risky business.
Good to see that both runners suffering from the same
Yeah.
also.
Where is the turtle though? Oh, the
Well, it's an aggro
salamander.
on the other
No.
side. Oh!
That is unfortunate.
No.
And
Also the
yeah, this is the
Nice.
controller equivalent of the shaky cam movements, having the spinning camera. So yeah, Nick also having to go back there for the souls, because 38k, that's a lot. There are especially 2 tiles on the board here that might require a fair bit of souls. The attune one of each type of spell, and all 4 pieces of the Moonlight Butterfly set, which I'm not sure either of the players are going for though. I don't think they are. Maybe Pseudo could consider it since it's already gone. No, sorry, Nick, since it's already gone. No, it's Pseudo scaled Naja. Yeah, he's already in Pharaoh's lock zones.
Pseudo considered his life decisions there for a second. I wonder what he was thinking.
Yeah, yeah, grabbing Prism Stones there, so that is what he's going for. So then but I think that is for row 1 at least.
He has bought dung pies there, I'm pretty sure. So he's probably going for that.
Killing with dung pies. Slayer?
I don't think so.
Kinda slow.
Pseudo
to
might be a
dragon.
complete madman and try to do congregation with it. That's not sound
I
good.
would not want to do that.
Yeah.
Can you even do it on Freya?
I doubt it.
A lot of health as well.
I think she's just poison immune. If I were
Yeah,
to
I
guess
think so
anyway.
too. Yeah, not entirely sure what Pseudo's plan is here.
I think he just hasn't routed.
Does he have a
very
reason to
well.
go to Flexile? I don't think so. Yeah, we'll see how it unfolds.
Gonna be a surprise. Also, the spicy Nick thing, I don't think it has come up yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Either that or he was just planning to do like... Maybe he was just planning for Lucida 70k, and if he doesn't get it... Well, no way. He just did the
maybe.
ballista after. He just did the ballista after, like it wouldn't really change his route. So yeah, I don't think that was what he was talking about. Yeah, not sure. I don't think we've seen the spicy thing from Nick yet.
Nick also considering life choices. Generally, if you don't know what to do, it's a good idea to just do
Oh, he's
something
going
warp
Dragon
somewhere else.
Rider again. With what exactly? He doesn't have
I
dump pies.
think he just needs souls, if I were to guess.
Oh.
That's what the camera shake is telling me anyways.
Yeah. Slight little yeah, Pseudo is doing congregation with dump pies.
no, Pseudo! After his horrible poison mist last time, he's seeking redemption.
Oh no, and he's poisoned himself, and he can't use life gems. And, oh.
I wonder if he has thought this through.
Yeah, this seems like... Oh, Nick having some issues there as well.
This guy can be scary. You need to full YOLO or roll
Yeah.
the one attack.
Also, like, he doesn't have much health. So I experienced for the first time recently that you can actually get, yeah, well, kind of 2-shot, but basically 1-shot in this boss fight. It's both lightning spears hits you at the same time. That hurts.
That does hurt. Okay, he's making progress.
Oh no, Nick.
He lost
Fun
11
on
hits
both
worth, I
sides
think.
there. Fun.
I actually think that Pseudo's fight is not actually that bad. If you can get
It's
some
not bad as I
AoE
thought. Like
going-
that's it's not really as bad because you don't have to wait for the poison to finish and then re-poison. Basically everything dies from just the 3 dunk pies that takes to proc it. But it is grouping them together that's the annoying thing here. Oh, okay, dunk pies apparently also have that meme mechanic that some chimes do, that if you're standing too close to a wall behind you, the item actually starts behind you and just hits the wall. That is a fun mechanic.
And another poison for Pseudo. He does have a Divine
Mhm.
Blessing here, which is nice. It does remove poison.
Yeah, maybe that was the plan all along. Does he have a time? No, that is very... Oh, that's very rough. That's all his
That
healing
sucks.
items. He could... No, he's not been to... Does he have a fast ascetic he can grab? I suppose on the way to Freya, right?
Yeah,
So he can
after
do
it's
yeah, so he can do like Dragon Rider or something instead. Just Toxic him 3 times, not worry about having all the healing items. But we'll see if he's stubborn and going for another congregation. I would be very scared about doing this with no heals.
and only 21 down plus. I think we
Yeah,
started with
as
40
well.
something.
And taking damage on the way there.
Yeah, might not be possible anymore. Might just have to give up and do something else.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't think his hammer is upgraded, so...
I think it's +3.
Oh, you think? Okay.
One of the two is definitely +3.
Yeah. Oh, he has 3 Estus Flask. I didn't notice him grabbing 2 shards. Thought he only had the 1.
Yeah, giving up there, going for the Craftsman Center, which isn't
Yeah.
that great either, especially
No,
if the guys are...
But I definitely think this is the right call, given how the first fight went.
was a good idea, but just got a bit unlucky, and he could have had his items equipped that would have saved him.
Yeah,
So
it's very unfortunate that basically he got through the hard part of the fight last time and happened to have a very close holo when he used the Divine Blessing. Divine Blessing is much slower than Life Gems, so similar to the Estus. Not the exact same animation, not sure. So yeah, Pseudo's using the benches here, which is kind of funny because it doesn't really look like it, but the lightning spears can't go over the benches, so they just hit.
the water urns in this fight are actually kind of funny. If you roll through them, you're wet, and then you take more lightning damage, and it has no other purpose but to make you take more damage.
Doesn't it reduce fire damage too?
It does, but there is no fire damage here.
Yeah, there's not.
Two shots here on Nick's end. Might be a one shot with a Bright Bug, but
Ooh.
probably not. Ooh, Nick poisoning through an attack with this Vanguard, so nice.
Yeah. Hopefully there's a poison mask, is one thing that's pretty annoying with this strat, is when you don't kill it with a single stamina bar, you can sometimes just get bitten right after. Nick rolls out to try and prevent that.
Low on HP there.
So yeah, probably a good idea to not use this entire stamina bar. Oh, and there it happened. I do not take any responsibility. Anything I say and anything that happens is a complete coincidence. Don't sue. So yeah, unfortunate for Nick as well. This is a pretty slow fight to do again, because you have to kill the 10 rats over again to trigger the main rat from falling down.
At least the bonfire is close.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, Pseudo getting one Petrified Dragon Bone here from that lizard. It also has a chunk, but that is likely not something he's going to use from here.
Who
Oh,
does
he
not
does
got
look at
more
his
than
large
60,
shards,
right?
so maybe he does actually go for a +10 just for the hell of it.
I think he was looking at his Dragon Bones.
Oh yeah, maybe. It just hovered over the large shards, so...
Yeah.
I did see he had some, but I guess those are just random pickups from the lizards.
Pseudo doing this again, doubting his levels and getting the Southern Ritual band for 2 more attunement slots.
Yeah.
It's only 7 levels, but those 7 levels in attunement...
Yeah, because you need
might save you.
16 will get you 3 slots. What is this for 4? It's 20?
It's 20 for 4.
Yep.
13 for 2. Longsword solid for reds, longsword
Yeah,
solid
it's
for
not...
everything.
Yep, longsword is actually a pretty decent weapon. Solid option for a lot of fights in bingo, like rats, sentinels, rotten, sinner.
Any other boss.
Yeah, Basically everything.
Started to like it a lot. Oh, Pseudo also getting my Forlorn.
Good memes. And of course it happens when you don't have any skulls and... Or you might have some skulls left, but especially in your run, Lichman, I know this like... not having an option to get the spiders away and then Forlorn shows up and yeah, not a good time.
Oh no, the guy didn't aggro.
Oh, this is bad. Oh. How is he leaving? How
No
is he
shot he
leaving?
lives this. No shot.
Oh, getting hit through the iframes. This is... He still has one skull. Why doesn't he use it?
Because there's still the guy there that he needs to kill and Forlorn doesn't chase it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that
yeah.
brings up death.
Ah. That's rough. Also the camera spinning, tilt showing. Feels good, man. So yeah, even though like they didn't look like even though the board doesn't look like terrible routing wise in terms of where you have to go, there are a lot of hard squares on this. So it's a pretty difficult board to run.
Yeah,
Looks a
might be
bit.
true. I mean, there is Chariot on this. Chariot is the single most difficult square, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine if you kill this. If you have some skulls and then you kill the sorcerer at the end, just to be alone with chariots, I think it's pretty fine. But like the worst part about chariots is the dark fog thing. If you're standing close, and also like the dash attack, which you have to dodge very late.
Yep. Pseudo not opting for a torch for Freya here. Let's see if that punishes him.
I wonder if it did the first time. Did it? No. Guess
He did not. Nick killing
Oh,
Goblin.
okay, makes a lot of sense then why it opted to not use any more skulls too. Nick Care getting the Grim
Wait,
Great Axe?
there's
Wait,
no German
there
Great
is no Grim Great Axe. What is
Nick,
it
are
then?
you okay?
Nick?
Is Nick okay? I don't think Nick is okay.
I don't think he was supposed to kill him, was he? Did he mean to do something else? No, there's no Goblin stuff on this board, is there?
Oh, did he give up?
He is contemplating his life choices, it seems like.
Maybe his brain had an error there and he just got Germax so many times that he thought go to Gavlan, kill Gavlan, and he wanted to buy something. I forgot. It's my guess, even though I'm not sure what he would buy.
You can hop and ask him, since he's obviously visibly confused here.
Yeah, I'll go take a peek, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully... Okay, he does launch... New game? New game?
Hey, you're okay?
Let's mute the stream here in case he has some not nice things to say. I don't think what happened was run ending, but yeah, he clearly does not know what to do. Buy ring, which ring? Oh, Ring of Giants +0. Oh no. Oh, so Ring was, I think Nick was intending to start a new game, speedrun to Wharf, and buy the ring in a separate save file, maybe. I would allow it, honestly, because no one would want to do that. It is not fast. But yeah. Yeah, or we'll have to pivot. That is also true. He has invested in 2 of the tiles in a column. He could pivot to the 2 rows instead. But that would require doing a lot of the stuff that Pseudo already has done, which is killing Najka to get to Sildora. And you also want D10 D10, what's it called? The items you trade with the birds for the bird's nest. There are also 10 of them after Nachka.
Yeah, so it did happen. Like I thought, he got distracted and aggroed Goblin instead of finding the ring.
Yeah. I think Luz was on the money. He wanted the ring of giants, which would require DLC as well. No, he was going for row 4. I thought I was going for column 1, but
Pseudo, can you
Yeah.
heal, please? Does he have healing?
he has 3 Estes. Oh, Nick, you mean? In
Oh yeah, Nick, right.
Yeah, Nick can also not use life traps. Or can he pivot to that now? Since he cannot do row 4 and no, he's doing column 5 as well. So he cannot start using life gems.
His flex arm was also 3 toxic instances.
Yeah. So you don't want to throw all the 3 next at the same time with the cell, because you would die to poison and basically just not get the reward from the boss, which is not great. It doesn't count as a kill. Go to Cromwell, forgive sins. Gavlan also died. He got hit by some enemies after Nick reduced his health. Yeah. So it would take like... It varies how much it takes for each merchant, but it's probably on the course of 3 hours for him to respawn. 3 in-game hours.
That's like half a gadget hour in meta. If you want to cheat.
Yeah. So Pseudo here getting the Black Scorpion Stinger. So we can do a boss with a poison weapon. Oh yeah, he has that as well as the Dunk Pie for a boss now, so... He might want to ascetic a boss, or what do you think is going for here? Maybe it's ascetic in... Is he ascetic in forest? No, it's not.
He might do sentinels with... Yeah, I think he's gonna do sentinels with it.
Sentinels with his Stinger? Is that gonna be good, you think?
I've done it before, it's not bad.
Okay, yeah. I felt like that would be a not such a great fight, but I guess I don't have the piercing resistance. It's not too terribly high.
For piercing. You get poison like halfway through, and the base AR is 200, so it's not horrible.
Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. Oh yeah, so he was getting the level requirements, I guess, for the Stinger. But I guess then the last... It's quite a long way to Sinner still, if he wants to do that with the Dunk Pies, so... He is heading to... Oh, hasn't he done Dragon Rider? Or is he heading to Hearthstone?
He has done Crossbow?
No, that was Nick.
Was that Nick? Yeah,
Pseudo did Nachka with Crossbow, so I guess he hasn't killed Dragon Rider.
That's cool.
Yes, so question in chat about how the board is working. So each player has to do 4 lines in order to win. A line can be a row, a column, or a diagonal. But yeah, that does give some options in terms of possibilities. It is also, the board challenges are also designed in a way that sometimes there can be conflicts. You could have like start sorcerer on one place and start cleric on another. Or you can have, say, don't talk to some merchant as well as buying items from that merchant or something like that. Yeah. So with four lines, it's basically we do check that it's possible beforehand. But yeah, because of that, Nick has to pivot to another row or column because he was going for the Obtain Ring of Giants +0 before messing up.
He has not taken the Cloane bonfire, has he?
Nick, not sure. I don't believe.
He has a boss soul, he could get straight here.
Oh yeah, if it was going back for a poison weapon, yeah, that would have been a good call. That would also open the possibilities for column 4.
Oh no, Pseudo. What is Pseudo doing? I looked away for a second and I'm finding myself here. What the
Yeah,
hell?
he's doing YOLO Dragon. Gonna have fun time now with the lever, as I've experienced. Probably gonna die here. Yep. And that is not Cass's curse, that is a horrible situation to be in.
Yeah. Column 3 maybe. Might be, if he has the aesthetic still. But Ring of Resistance is pretty slow from where Nick is.
Yeah, at least Pseudo killed the dragon. It's not the worst run back. Like, it is slower than if you were to kill everything, but only probably by an order of like 30-40 seconds when you do it full YOLO. Maybe 50. I don't know. I haven't timed it, but there are worse deaths that can happen and has happened. Nika tuning all 4 spells there.
So Nick said that he just wants to finish what he was supposed to finish.
Yeah,
on
that
the
is fair.
platform.
So he's probably only going to do then 3 lines, but we do get to see how it would have panned out.
Would Nick be ahead currently? They're pretty even. They both have 11.
They both had pretty rough mistakes. So I think, yeah, they would have been pretty even. Slightly different routes, so it's hard to say like which is technically fastest here. I think the Archdrake Shield and Palestone was on the slower end of Nick's board. Yeah, the dunk by incident for Pseudo definitely cost him a lot of time.
Something that I would have tried in this board, by the way, if I went for a dunk pass, I would have waited with Last Giant forever. I would have come to Forest and maybe gotten my Fire Longsword equipped, or just gotten like +3 weapon, and then done Rats as my second or third boss after Dragon Rider, for example.
So you would then use the Blacksmith first and kill him after upgrades to get this weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah, does make sense. That would be at the cost of the actual NPC drop weapon being +0, but it's not the worst. Or you
Yeah, you could
use
still
that
go
later
that.
and you do Macduff upgrade by the time you actually use the weapon.
You could also get the Titanite shards from Macduff while you add it for that.
Yeah, so you can buy 5 and then buy 7 more and can upgrade both. Well, you can't upgrade that. Well, you will have to go to Macduff to upgrade it though, because you need to kill the blacksmith to actually get the weapon.
Yeah. Or Ornifex.
Or Ornifex. And getting a raid here from Catalyst. Welcome everyone from Catalyst channel. Hope you are enjoying your Friday evening. We are getting pretty close to the end here of the final run of the day, but there will be more bingo races on Sunday as well, starting same time as today, 5:30 p.m. UTC. So you are welcome to tune back in on Sunday if you crave more bingo.
So you're joining here to just after Nick making a terrible mistake of his brain telling him to kill Gavlan, even though he was supposed to buy a ring from him. So he's probably not going to finish, but he's playing what he can. And Pseudo is still going hard. There's still a chance for Nick. If Pseudo messes up here and Nick keeps going, he can still catch up. It's not completely out of the ordinary with this board.
The fight on Nick's side is pretty rough. Dark Orb is not especially good Hex. Like, the damage is not terrible, but Sinner is a very annoying boss to fight with ranged attacks, because she jumps in the air, the lock-on breaks. She is very fast as well. You can get punished for doing casts at the wrong time. Her hitbox on the stab is very bad, and Nick died to that one.
And on top of that, Nick or both runners cannot use any small life gems, so it was really out of healing there.
Yeah, that one has really, yeah, it's one I try to avoid as much as I can, because I'm not confident in that, and it has caused a lot of troubles for both runners for sure this run. But it's in the corner on 2 very possible column row and a possible diagonal, so it's kind of a hard one to avoid in this board.
Good meme that Pseudo should be doing is equipping the Crest of the Rat that gives 50 poison attack rating.
Oh, it does. I didn't know that.
So
It's kind of
quite
funny, like
interesting.
the added effects of some of the covenant items that I don't
Yeah.
believe they even describe at times in the game. Like the Hex Abyss Seal had with the extra hex damage, for example. I don't believe the description mentions that.
Interesting.
Or it's that the health reduction is not mentioned, but yeah. Sometimes items have special effects that aren't easy to tell from the item descriptions. Alright,
Get the elevator back up.
so
after
what
dying.
does Pseudo have left now then? He did Dunk Pie, did Poison Weapon. Not going for Chariot, I'm guessing, no.
Needs Archdrake Shield.
Row 5?
Want to get here?
Yeah, that row 5 is done with.
Yeah, row 5 is done. He needs the Archdrake Shield and then 20 drops.
Yep. Nick on his way back here to Sinner. Does he only have one Estus? Pseudo opted for getting 3, but
Nick has got more shards. I know that much.
yeah, I haven't looked at his count, but most of the time it seems like he was out of Estus, so I'm guessing he doesn't have many. He has 2.
120.
And no longer any Bright Bug on this fight as well, which does reduce his damage by like 20% or so, it seems.
Yep. Nick has a rough past with Sinner in general, so
Yeah,
this is just
I
very
mean, I
fitting.
have a lot of experience fighting Sinner with Hexes, and the thing is, like, a good fight is normally with trades. So it's fighting her with the intention of not taking much damage, not using much heals. Sinner's not really a good boss for that, especially with casts or slow weapons in general. With faster weapons, it's much easier to be within the strafing distance of most of her attacks. With a cast, you really don't want to do that, because you will be punished for casting this close.
Has Pseudo gotten the extra 5 Prism Stones he did earlier? Let's see. Only has 15 now.
Yeah, it's only 1. I guess they picked up 2 groups of 3 and 5 and then 10. Not sure where the second group of 3 is. Didn't pay attention. And that is time,
10 after Nachka.
I guess, on Pseudo's side.
Or yeah, maybe picked up 3-3.
GG Pseudo. Guess we can, if we can jump in and give Nick a message. He did mention that he didn't want to necessarily finish the board when Pseudo was done, so. But he does see the chat, so I think he might know. Let's give him the time to try and finish Sinner fight at least first.
Can we see some Franker Z's in chat to
Yeah, give us those Franker C's.
for Pseudo finishing?
And to give our support to Nick, for this is actually a pretty pretty difficult fight with this weapon. Also, using the herb might be a death sentence.
Yeah. Need to do it after like a jump attack.
Yeah. Oh, well, that is rough. Knowing Nick, he might just choose rather to forfeit here. That was 4 hits or so away from killing Sinner. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, boss is frustrating.
Yep, he does choose to quit out. So let's get the runners back in here. Get some post-run commentary. Pseudo does win with a 58-59. Another sub-hour run, which is very good. Alright, Pseudo. Nick, you are back live. Congratulations, Pseudo.
GG.
Alright, Pseudo.
what
Nick,
a
you are back
disaster that
live.
was.
Congratulations, Yeah, Pseudo. it was pretty...
You don't know yet what happened to Nick, I guess.
No, I have no idea.
Nick had the worst thing of all time.
Yeah, dude, I'm so
Yeah.
depressed. I was
Yeah,
like
something must have
about
gone
to
pretty wrong.
cry, man. I literally, I was when I realized what I did, I was about to cry. Like,
Wait,
actually.
did you kill Cloran before buying
He
the?
killed Gavlan.
I
Well,
killed
he aggroed
Gavlan.
Gavlan, and then he got
Yeah.
killed by an enemy. So
No,
he
no,
couldn't.
no. I already did. When I aggroed Gavlan, I was
Okay.
like, it was too late. Too
Yeah,
late
but
to
you
buy the ring.
could pardon, which is very slow, but it's faster than the 3 hours you need to wait for him to come back.
Nah,
I guess.
but as soon as I did a mistake, I knew that it was GG. I was so depressed, dude. I was fighting. I was just playing the rest of the thing just to not like
Yeah,
drop the thing completely.
that is
Was real.
respectable.
Were you
Yeah.
doing Were you doing the 2 diagonals, Nick?
Yeah. Actually, I think time wise, I died to Sinner like 2 times. I was like fighting Sinner.
Makes me
So
feel
like,
better.
Yeah, so you
if
only
I
had
was,
those two
I
left.
don't know,
Yeah.
dude. It was a real man. It was so good, dude. I played well. Like Dragon Rider, I started to choke, and I think that's what got in
Yeah,
me.
I think
And
if you did not have the, or just if you had one less sinner death basically, and Pseudo also
I
did
mean,
not have the deaths to congregation, because that was a really rough one,
yeah, I want to know what happened to
that
Pseudo.
cost me so much time.
then you would have been very close actually, I think.
Yeah.
Dude, that death cost me so much time.
Yeah,
because
me and Lich were like discussing
I ha-
like, who are you gonna do with Dunk Pies? Are you gonna like
I had to go
aesthetic
all the way to
something?
Ornstein, yeah, from Medulla,
Because
after already having to redo the fight. Yeah, it
We
was bad.
mentioned congregation with Dunk Pies, but I would never dare.
Well, I
go
will not
for
be
that.
doing it again. Yeah,
No.
I mean, I did have enough. It's just I didn't have any healing.
Yeah,
which is just
it's the
awful.
combination with the life gem
It's
thing
so
that's
bad.
really it did a lot of work on you guys in this board
Yeah,
for sure.
it's a tough square, but I couldn't find.
Yeah.
The route you did, Nick, was the one that I actually had until that's the one that I changed after 9 minutes. Because I thought I could, and to be fair, I did find a route that
Yeah,
Nah.
avoided going to Cloran, but
it doesn't seem like the optimal
go very
speed
well.
for the routes were that different, really.
Yeah, to be honest, as soon as I saw you marking Hawkring, I thought that you'd be doing column 2, and then I was like, yeah, his route is faster. But I was, but as soon as you marked for Moonlight, I was, yeah, I think that I'm gonna win. But then, can't ring. But yeah, I'm actually holding tears, so I don't want to talk much.
Yeah, that's fine, Nick.
Yeah. If it makes you feel better, Nick, I think it was just a disaster all around. Like my run was not good. I think I had three expensive deaths.
Do you know, Pseudo? I did 17k, dude.
Yeah, that was amazing, actually.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and luckily
Oh,
you
yeah,
do. Yeah, you do have a win behind you, Nick. Still, so you do have one more chance in the tournament. So it's not over yet. So
you did 17k on the way to.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, I didn't think of that. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that was a very good idea.
Yeah. I thought that like actually I had this play in my mind like weeks ago, and then I was like, yeah, if I'm gonna win against Lich, what I want to do, I need something incredible. Yeah, 17k in a KO board.
You win that, okay.
Like our true colors are showing here. We're holding back strats for bingo. Me with my quit out strats, Nick with his 17k strats, and
Well, I'm holding back a lot of strats as well.
Yeah.
Better believe it.
Yeah, you guys can wait to 6 lizards in the board, guys.
Yeah. But yeah, good effort, Nick. Unfortunate with that accident. I wish you best of luck in your next round. Not sure who you will be facing, but yeah, probably not as difficult as Pseudo. Unless we happen to get Lich Band in the losers bracket somehow, I guess that would be a nightmare
is
for
a
everyone.
tough player.
Yeah,
it's just that against Pseudo, it's something like when I started running, Pseudo was like the name of the game, you know. Pseudo was the dude. So like playing against Pseudo makes me feel good, and unfortunately, that was not the time. That was not the time for me to win against Pseudo, unfortunately. But that happens. Shit happens.
Yep. So I think with that, it's gonna be it for today. As mentioned, we are back Sunday with 2 more races in the losers bracket. I will actually be facing Pigeon, and I believe if the bracket you can see here that the second one will be Doom versus Luth. So stay tuned for that on Sunday, starting 5:30 p.m. UTC. And have a good rest of your weekend, everyone.
Cheers, guys. Bye bye.
You guys.
See you guys.